Verizon, the phone company. Verizon is getting ready to lay off 15,000 people. Okay, all of these companies has been laying off thousands of people just before the holiday. This is very heartening. This is very concerning, and it's very worrying. Everyone, there is something serious going on here in the United States of America, and it seems that they want to keep gaslighting us and try to make us think that everything is okay here in the United States of America with the job situation. We are seeing tens of thousands of people losing jobs. I mean, every time you turn around, there's another company that's laying off thousands and thousands of jobs just before the holiday. You all, 2026 is going to be the year of the beast. Okay? It's going to be a nightmare year. We just coming off of a government shutdown. The government shutdown have already wiped out a lot of jobs, got a lot of people behind in their bills and their payments, their credit card payments, their student loan payments, all behind on their car payments, the mortgage payments, rents, everyone is behind. Also, so many people got evicted because they couldn't pay their rent due to the government shutdown. Your food bill, couldn't afford food. A lot of people that was on government assistance couldn't afford food. Look at here. If anyone goes out this holiday and standing in these lines, especially for the Black Friday, standing in these lines, helping the rich get even richer while you are getting poor, you have to have your head examined, okay? Going out and spending your hard-earned money that you're going to definitely need for you and your family. Even when it comes to Christmas, the best Christmas present that you can give your children is a roof over their head and some food to eat. Not all of these junk toys that they're going to play for one day and tear them up. And you done spend hundreds of dollars on this, okay? This is unnecessary, and it is a bad time to plan on going out and spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars on Christmas stuff or even Thanksgiving, okay? Because I guarantee you, come January, you're going to need every dime of that money that you wasted out there on some bunch of junk that is not even worth it, okay? Once again, especially when you're talking about Christmas clothes, Christmas toys and stuff for kids. Look, the toys will be worthless if a child does not have a roof over their head and food in that refrigerator and the lights and gas on, okay? That is a present, okay? Because if you gave a child the option whether to live outside on the streets and play with toys out there or live in a home without a new toy, I guarantee you that kid would pick being inside that house, okay? That kid would not want to be out there living on the streets playing with toys, okay? Look, everyone, you have to be real serious about it. You have to be very careful about what you're spending. The job that you have is not safe. And the sad part is these companies don't even give you heads up to let you know that they're getting ready to fire you. They just come out of the blue, just like Verizon just did for 15,000 people. Out of the blue, they are going to fire 15,000 people next week within 7 days, everyone. They gave everyone a 7-day notice that their job is gone. And I mean gone for good. Okay? And the sad part is there is no other jobs can replace that money that they're going to need for them to survive, for their families. They can't. How they gonna pay their rent now? Here it is on Christmas. All the holidays are coming up, and here you is having a pink slip in your hand and saying that you fired, you're laid off. Okay. Now you got all these bills piled up, especially if you working with the government and stuff like that. You got all these bills piled up. The shutdown that already caused all kinds of problems for you and your family. Now your job just done told you that they fired you, and they only gave you a week's notice to figure out what you gonna do. I mean, this is sad, man, and that goes to show you. Look, there is no loyalty when it comes to these companies. These companies think about their own self survival, okay? They don't care about you and your family. They don't care. So I don't care how long you've been working for these companies to make you feel like you're a part of them and they are part of you and they're going to look out for you. Absolutely not. The one thing that they're going to look out for is their own self pockets and their own self profits. Okay, when it comes to their profits, when they go to losing money, they're going to get rid of you fast. And this is what's happening with Verizon. Verizon is losing out to T-Mobile and AT&T. Okay, they can't compete. So now, since they can't compete with AT&T and T-Mobile, they're going to fire 15,000 people to lighten the weight because they've been losing money. So they're going to fire 15,000 people out of the blue. Okay? And give them 1 week notice and let them know that they're going to be fired. 15,000. Okay? They say it's about 15 to 20% of their workforce. 15,000. Verizon. Okay, this is sad, man, and it's scary. Okay, everyone have to be very careful of what you're spending your money on. If you can able to save money, I suggest you save money. Do not take your money out there to make the richer. Okay, make that rich man richer by going out and buying all of this junk that you don't even need. Okay, nor do your children even need it. It's a bunch of junk. Once again, you have to be very careful of what you're spending your money on. And the best present that you can give your children, your family, is making sure that you can pay that rent or mortgage, making sure that you can keep your lights and gas on, and making sure you keep some food on that table. That's a blessing right there. Don't go outside of that spending money that you don't need to be spending, because you don't even know if you're going to walk into that job the next day and receive a pink slip, because once again, these jobs are not loyal to you. Okay, you may be loyal to them, but they are not loyal to you. They don't care about you and your family like that. It's all about greed. Okay, they all about their profits. They profits are looking funny. Their pockets go to looking funny. They don't care about you and your family. Once again, everyone, I'm dreading to see people that's going to be out there in those lines for Black Friday at these stores, line up to make them richer. Only reason why they lifted the government shutdown is so you could be dumb enough to go and stand in those lines come Black Friday and over the holidays, spend all of your last pennies with the rich people, okay, to make them richer, while you going to be outdoors. Because once come January, once that the shutdown ends, once it lifts in January 30th, we're going to be right back to the same thing, y'all. It's only just until the holidays is over with, then it's going to be back to the same situation again. Okay? Once again, it's going to be total chaos in 2026, y'all. So I suggest you be very smart and be very wise to what you're going to be spending your money on for this holiday season. I would suggest you try to save every dime and nickel. I would suggest that you start hooking up with old family members, someone that y'all at least got along with. Everyone is going to have to come together to figure out how you're going to be able to survive, because there's going to be a lot of evictions going down, especially those on government assistance, Section 8, getting food stamps, welfare, all of that. Look, it's going to be very serious. There's going to be a lot of people cut off. You may be one of them. If you receiving any type of government assistance, it's not safe anymore. I don't care if you got kids or not. Government assistance is not going to be safe, everyone. It's going to be catastrophic situation coming 2026 with so many people getting cut off of these programs. Okay, you're not safe. You, especially if you're in a Section 8 home and you've been there past 2 or 3 years or even five. Especially the longer you've been on Section 8, is the higher chances that you're going to be one of the ones that getting kicked off. Okay, because they want to get rid of people that's been on it a long time. They're going to find a way to get you off of it. Okay, guaranteed that. So I would say to you all, take the opportunity to come together, find family members or find someone that y'all can come together and be able to rent a place together and live together, because that's going to be the only way. That's the only way that you're going to be able to make it, because once again, it's going to be a lot of people getting kicked off of that Section 8 stuff. And it's a lot of people that's not on Section 8 that's getting evicted. Okay, so Section 8 is just one small part of it. We're talking a lot of people, thousands or tens of thousands of people getting evicted out of their homes because they can no longer pay the rent or even the mortgage. Okay, because they're losing jobs. Jobs are being lost left and right. Okay, these companies are getting rid of people because they are falling. They are crumbling. Okay, business is crumbling. People don't have the money to keep spending with them. So it's causing them to crumble, okay, and get rid of everyone. They're trying to save their own selves. This is why they're firing so many people and so rapidly and so fast and just unexpectedly for all of the workers that they having in these companies. They just blindside them and then fire everyone. And I'm talking about from the thousands, okay? It's not safe, everyone. Jobs are not safe. I don't care what position you're in. I don't care if you executives all the way down to the regular housekeeping department. Your job is not safe anymore. So be careful about what you spend your money on. Start trying to get together with family members and everything. Everyone's going to have to come up with a plan. That is the only way that we're going to be able to survive. Okay, it's not about doing it by myself anymore, doing it by yourself. You can't do it by yourself anymore. The economy will not allow it. The world has changed. America has changed. We're not living back in the good old days of the 80s and 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, okay? Those days are gone. This is a much different world today. And once again, you cannot do it on one paycheck. It ain't gonna happen. You can't even do it on two paychecks. Okay, a lot of people, most people are working two and three jobs, and they still cannot afford to pay rent. Okay, it's not happening anymore here in the United States of America. All of that, I got my own this and I got my own that. One paycheck and you lose everything. That's what that comes to. You know what I mean? Trying to do it on your own. No, you got to get with somebody, a good friend, a good family member, someone. This is the only way that you're going to be able to survive. It ain't none of that. Anybody talking that boasting about, I got this, I'm doing this all by myself, I'm paying all these bills by myself. I know it's a bad situation right now. They're making it to where you can't just have one income. Once again, you have to have three or four. Okay, so therefore it takes a whole group of people to be able to survive this crippling country that we're living in right now. America is collapsing, and the stock markets, all of this is going to be a collapsing situation as well. I'm telling you, it's going to get ugly, very ugly. 2026 is going to be a nightmare year for America, and I'm talking about everybody is going to be affected by it, even from the rich to the poor. Everyone is going to be terribly affected by what's coming next year, and that's 2026. And I'm telling you, it's already starting. Look how many thousands of jobs have already been lost already. Okay, we're in serious trouble, everyone. And I don't care what the news people try to sugarcoat it to try to make it look like everyone is on a survival. Yeah, everyone is trying to survive, but it's nothing is easy anymore. Okay, Everything is collapsing, shutting down. We're in bad situation, and they can't just come out and tell you because they don't want the whole United States to panic, to let you know how serious trouble we are in. Okay, we're into some serious trouble right now, and 2026 is gonna get worse, and 27 may even get even worse. Okay, it don't look good for the next 2 to 3 years, no doubt about it. We are in the year of the skinny cow. Okay, that is a prophecy that was said thousands of years ago. We are in that era. Okay, everyone is trying to survive, to try to stay alive. Okay, so be careful. Don't go out once again and spend your last dimes trying to save that rich man because his business is collapsing. Don't go out and spend your last dime once again trying to save that rich man. Save yourself and save your families. Keep your money in your pocket and make sure that you're looking for other alternatives to what, because you may go to your job the next day and get that pink slip. Once again, no job is safe. I don't care who you are, what you are. Your job is not safe. You got to start saving money. You got to find a way to save money. Come together with family members, whatever it takes, to pool up together. I didn't think I was going to ever be able to say something like this. My mother used to tell us a long time ago, for all of our lives, that it's going to take family to come together in order to survive, because it's going to get that bad. And sure enough, I didn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't think that was ever going to happen, that everyone is going to have to pull back up and come together and pile up together in one house just to try to survive. And those days is coming, and I can't believe that every word that she was telling us as kids growing up come true. It is that serious today. You have to find someone to group up with, build your own little community, friends and family members, whatever it takes, because that's what it's going to take to survive in the year 26 and on, because nothing is getting cheaper. Everything is getting more expensive, okay? So once again, you can't do it by yourself, and don't even think that you can. I don't care what kind of job you got. You're not going to be able to do it by yourself. This economy is not going to allow it. This world is not finna allow it. You can forget about that. So once again, just to be on a good short note, just giving out some information about the Verizon. Verizon is collapsing. There's no way that they're going to be able to keep up with T-Mobile and AT&T. Verizon is very expensive company. Their services are very expensive, too expensive, and this is why that they're falling, because their greed got the better part of them. And so this is what happens when they get greedy, start charging more and more money. People back off of it, and they go to someone that's a lot cheaper. And AT&T and T-Mobile is a much cheaper service than Verizon. So I don't know how Verizon is going to try to catch up. But the one thing about it is they have destroyed 15,000 lives. Okay, that their livelihood is gone. And then once again, there's no way that those jobs